Stability is not a cuss word anymore. I'm Seth, fitness tested. So what is a stability shoe? A stability shoe is going to be for people who need a little extra support in the shoe. So anybody who tends to pronate, supinate, or if they're just having kind of some stability problems, anything like that, if they feel unstable walking, usually a stability shoe is where we would go with those people. Now today I just want to kind of show you guys some differences in stability shoes and kind of why they have changed quite a bit in the last few years. First thing here, this is the Saucony Tempest. So Saucony has done something different with this shoe that I haven't seen any other brands do. It's pretty new in the last couple of years, so they have a more dense power run foam here that kind of runs through the midsole. You can see on the inside of the arch too, and then a really soft foam in the heel and the toe there as well. So this shoe feels very soft. It feels like a neutral shoe. It feels very poppy, but it still has the support there. It's something kind of new with these shoes where they are trying to have it feel like a neutral shoe where it has that kind of pop and that lightness to it, but has support as well. Here's a few things from Brooks. Brooks has been they led the chain of stability shoes. Now, typically in the past, like I said, stability shoes have been very, very hard, aggressive. Now, Brooks came out with what they call a guide rail system, which is the striped foam in the heel there, and then also through the arch. Now, that is a very not aggressive stability. However, it grips your feet on both sides, or your heels on both sides. Doesn't allow you to pronate or supinate. That feels very natural in the foot. It just feels like you're very secure in the shoe. It's also great for anybody who just kind of has some stability problems if they just don't have quite the balance they need. Why I want to highlight this particular thing from Brooks was because typically in the past, like brands have done what's called a posting, which is a super aggressive thing, like kind of a piece of plastic on the arch, anything like that. This kind of revolutionized the stability shoe industry and kind of started the change toward more of a neutral feeling stability where it just feels very natural in the foot. Now, for anybody who does want more of an aggressive stability shoe, where it's super hard and firm, and if they need that more support, they're getting harder to find. I will say that, where the support isn't quite as aggressive as it used to be, but they're still there. So Brooks is a great option. It's called the Ariel here. Now they also have the Beast, which is the men's equivalent. It's the exact same shoe, but they have a different name. Now this looks very similar. It has that same kind of striped foam in the heel as the glycerin. However, the guide rails here are a lot more beefy, so they still have a lot of support there, a lot aggressive support. And the midsole is very, very hard to flex. It's just very firm. So those typical old style stability shoes are still here if you need them. But the overarching theme is a lot of the brands have gone to a less aggressive sort of stability shoe. Now I want to highlight kind of an older style stability shoe here. This is an old Saucony Ride. This is Ride 14. I mentioned, so we have what they call a posting here, which is a piece of plastic kind of run through the arch there. That's that old style stability you see in a lot of shoes where it's super aggressive. It forced your foot to move outwards, away from that posting. So for anybody who supinated, there wasn't any support there because it just forced you further out. So you had to wear a neutral shoe because it's too much for you. But that's kind of why I got away from something like this, is it forced your foot to move outward and nothing else. The posts are gone. I think the last shoe we had a post in updated about a year ago, so they are extinct now. So yeah, that's a good thing. Now this is an Asics. This is the GT2000. This is one of their best-selling stability shoes, actually one of their best-selling shoes overall. This shoe's been around forever. We have a lot of customers who have been in this shoe for a long time. They love it. They don't want to change away from it. Now, this is one of the most mild stability shoes out there, but they somehow still have a lot of support in there. So all we have with this shoe as far as support is what they call a heightened sidewall and a flared outsole. So you can see like this kind of comes up here, this piece of foam. That's on the side of your foot, and also the same thing on the inside. Now it's similar to that Brooks kind of guide rail stability system where it just kind of has a piece of foam on the inside and outside of your foot so you don't roll. Now it's also going to have, you can see this like sole flares out here in the heel. So it's very, very wide. That's another thing that all other brands are doing now with the stability shoes is they're having these soles flare out like crazy big like that. Now, the shoe itself, the part where your foot sits, has not gotten wider or anything like that. It's just the foam on the heel and kind of the whole sole here. That makes the shoe feel very, very stable. Doesn't allow you to roll either way, just because it kind of like holds your foot in. Stability shoes are a great option for anybody who needs a little extra support. If you pronate, supinate, anything like that. We've got plenty of different options here at Fitness Sports for 8 different brands, different varieties, different levels of support, anything like that. Come see us at any of our 6 locations to get properly fit for a stability shoe.